Hey, hey, Big Mike on the mic. Got my new 32 tooth cog. 32 tooth. Ugh. Say that bunch of times fast. On the bike, rode that for the first time. Liked it a lot. So yeah, top of La Paz Canyon Velo. Pulling up on Jorge here. Hey, he's got some nice socks on there. They're not pink. Nice job there, Jorge.
Got a little Stevie. They're all little to me. Everybody's little. Little Jorge, little Stevie, little Mark, little hunker guy, little Bob, little Tim.
Yeah, so we were rolling up on Live Oak here, and I was trying to get a picture of my 32 tooth cog, the 32 tooth cog, and Todd was on my wheel. Hey Todd, man, wanted to give him some airtime. That guy's been around forever. What a great rider, solid, super solid rider, and yeah, always just wow. Can't find a happier guy on the bike, man. Cool stuff with Todd. Honestly, always a pleasure to ride with Todd. Okay, so we make the turn onto Live Oak, and yeah, you can see the watts there. So game on, and everybody's kind of clawing for position here as we make the turn down onto Live Oak proper. I thought I'd include this in here because it's kind of interesting how things play out on these approaches to the downhills. So somewhat guys want to be on the front, but really it's really the big guys that need to be on the front, and the good downhillers. I'm on Zano's wheel here again. Funny how you find certain guys tend to find certain guys' wheels. So yeah, so I advanced this up a little bit. We're getting ready to actually make the turn down into this corkscrew, and I've tried to jump ahead and get ahead of folks and be, in the top 4 or 5 guys going down, 6 guys or whatever. There's Todd. He is an awesome wheel to be on the downhill. Here's a little guy in front of us, and just watch. We're just going to go right by the little guys. So the little guys they go up the hill pretty fast, but they don't go down the hill so fast. Not as fast as the bigger guys. You can watch my fingers a little bit on the braking here. So we've got this kind of tight turn. I think I actually go past Todd, and then Todd comes past me on this. So yeah, good, pretty high speed maneuvering here with the turns and whatnot. Sano comes by me, a little not too sketchy. He's a pretty good bike handler too. So Todd's dialed right in there. That guy goes a little wide in the red. I'm not sure what his name is. But Todd is just an awesome wheel to be on in any uphill, downhill, sideways, upside down, backwards turns. But downhill, super solid. Look at his pedaling style. It's just really nice, really sweet. So, yep, so we make it through the downhill, and here now at this point, I know what's coming up, which is the climb. So I'm just backing off a tad. I'm just going to sit on wheels and let things sort themselves out. Frank goes off to the side there. I guess he was done for the day. Probably see him on Como tomorrow. Yeah, so just cruising down here. Just, sitting on the wheel. I think I advance. Yeah, I advance when we get up here to the climb proper, the first kicker. So, yeah, on this first kicker again, there I be on Zano's wheel. And here's this Simple Green girl. She's actually a really solid rider, really fast, but I knew she would end up popping off here, and I was kind of yo-yoing, trying to not stay too close to her because I knew she'd just kind of not necessarily get in my way, but get in my way. So you'll see what happens here. No disrespect, like I said, she's definitely got good legs and can ride, but we are kind of throwing down here. Hic sunt leones. So the first guy who can tell me what that means on one of the bike rides, yeah, I'll buy you a beer. So hic sunt leones in Live Oak. So guys are jumping out of the saddle, hitting the watts heavy, 600 watts. I'm spinning on the new 32 tooth cog, trying to stay up towards the front, doing what I can. This DRT guy, he's a little more of a grinder. He gets somewhat spit out the back. I don't have to go too terribly hard here because, well, it just went hard up that little kicker there, and I get on Bob's wheel. Again, one of my favorite guys to be on. We got Mark up there on front, orange hunker guy, but he's not in orange today. I believe Todd is up there. Mark No, Mark's up there. I want to say Mike Cano's up there. I think Jorge's up there. So, a couple guys, super solid. And yeah, I'm just doing pretty much everything I can on a climb like this, being a big guy. I'm doing everything I can to be as efficient as I can and to find a wheel that will pace me appropriately. And Bob is a good wheel to be on. Any of these guys that are in front of me are. Zano again, he's even spinning more than me. So again, my thinking here is to essentially hold on as long as I can, be as efficient as I possibly can, save as many watts as I possibly can. Little Stevie goes by. Sorry, Steve, I'm going to be just calling you Little Stevie from now on, which, you know, it's cool. So he's spinning too. I've got my cadence up, and my heart rate finally is coming around where I can get my heart rate up here. So I'm actually, pretty, going pretty hard here, and so is everybody else. Our times going up Live Oak weren't super fast. They weren't slow. I think I was probably around 8:40, 8:45 going up Live Oak. I've been about 40 seconds faster, roughly speaking, when I'm a little more fit and probably a little lighter. So we just continue to crank the watts up here, 500 watts, 450 watts. I can, try to lower that wattage and get more efficient. I was a little worried here that Mike was going to pop off the back, but you can see that gap open between him and Bob, and I was thinking, do I come around? Don't I come around? Do I come around? But I'm pretty confident in his ability to get back up there, and you can see he does. So he gets back up there, I get back in there solidly entrenched, and we kind of come up on what I call this second kicker here in a bit, and you'll see the wattage go up when we hit that second kicker and when we actually get to it. Steve's going a little bit backwards here now. Bob's out of the saddle. We must be coming up on the second kicker because guys are getting out of the saddle, except for me. Yep, 500 watts, 550 watts. I don't even know what gear I'm in, but you can see I'm keeping the cadence up, so that new cog set is helping out. So we get over that little kicker, and I'm feeling fairly good, but there's a gap that's going to open up with the A-listers, as I call them, the little faster guys. And of course, being big, there are guys behind me wanting to sit on my wheel because I blow a big old hole through the air. There's Alex. Alex has told me he loves sitting on my wheel. I'm not sure who that other guy was, but man, they go blowing by. So they got all the free ride there on my wheel, and then boom, they hit it hard, and away they go. And look, hey, there's another Steve. So, and this guy in red, he's got a nice little pedal style too. You can kind of see his pedal style and Steve's pedal style. Steve he just wrestles his bike, man. He's fun to watch on the bike because he's just wrestling that thing. And this guy in red is pedaling good too. And you can see that little lead group up there. They've put a nice little gap on us. I'd say probably put a good 10, 15, maybe even a 20-second gap by the time we get to the top on us before the downhill. So we're getting to the steeper parts of this climb. Finally, my heart rate is over 163. I was having trouble getting my heart rate up there. Actually, I'll have to keep an eye on it to see what it gets up to. I think I got over 170, which is good. It means I'm getting a little bit more form. So there's Steve again, just all over his bike, out of the saddle. I'm still sitting in the saddle and probably either in that 32 or a 30 tooth cog. And just I know if I can hold Steve's wheel, I'll be in good shape. So yeah, 170 beats per minute, still maintaining a pretty good cadence, so that did help me out. Had a little bit of a pause there. I can catch my breath a little bit before you start hitting it hard again. Yep. And we're just, 8%, 95 RPMs, 550 watts. I come by Mark. That's funny how that happens. It just, it's just hard. What can I say? And then there's Steve just, again, grinding it out. And look at him. Where do I think I'm going to go around him? Man, he just stays on it. That guy, I I'm just very impressive. He just stays on that. I couldn't come around him. I couldn't quite stay on his wheel. We get up here to the top. 173 is my heart rate, which is pretty darn good for me. And Steve actually puts a little bit of distance into me, but I know I can catch him on the downhill. So just for proof, I just show I can catch him on the downhill. But then watch what happens. I am cooked after a hard effort like that. I usually have one really good climb in me. That was my one really good climb, and Steve gets on it again. Mark comes by me. The guy in red comes by me. And, yeah, so we all regroup here at the bottom under that nice tree. It's nice and shady. Maybe 20 guys left or so, so we regroup, and then we hit it again. So I was hoping to sit on here in the canyon, rest a little bit, drink a little bit. There's Tim. Tim's been around for a long time, too. Guy's a good rider. Always willing to have a nice conversation with you. See, he's still talking. I like talking to Tim, though. He's a great guy. So we get through the canyon there, and then actually on the climb on Silverado, man, slow leaker. I had a slow leak. Changed my tire on Thursday. New tire, slow leak again, and the group's way ahead of me. I'm just moseying up Silverado here, and then who comes by but Ann? She's got a nice new kit on. I really like her. She is a tough rider. She is not afraid to get out and mix it up with the boys, and she's got a nice pedaling style, and I've seen her just hang on and just go hard up Antonio, go hard up Silverado, go hard up Live Oak, and I was just rolling real easy, actually waiting for the guys to turn around and come the other way. Just riding easy and just kind of enjoying the day, even though by this time I'm pretty toast. But yeah, she pulled up on me, and I was just unwilling to ride any harder because I knew they'd be coming the other way. And she probably carried on and went all the way up to the top and turned around and went down. And knowing her, she probably rode another like 100 miles or something crazy like that. Yeah, that girl can ride. Red. Little Ann Red. Red Annie, I guess. So yeah, so they had turned around, come down the other way, and now we're done with the downhill, and a little bit more footage to include here before I end this story. It turns out I'm a kind of a storyteller here. So yeah, we're coming up, or we're going down Silverado now, and towards the canyon. I always like to hit it hard on this thing, and this girl, that's a girl, she went flying past me a little earlier there, but if you're going to go that hard and be out on the left-hand side, finish off and go by people. Don't sit there and block the road off, right? Kind of little sketchy there. She wasn't part of our group, but she'd sat in with us, and that's cool. Don't know her. Actually, I'd never seen her before, but she hit it hard there and then just moved off to the left, and nobody can pass when that happens. So got 4 guys ahead of me, again, on Bob's wheel. Thank you, Bob, as always. Going pretty hard here. I didn't put the metrics in. Forgot to put the metrics in on this part. So we're going pretty quick here. Probably the watts are fairly high. This is really kind of one last hard little effort here before we turn onto the canyon and head home. So we're just going good, and I'm sitting on, pedaling, enjoying the free ride. And I think, if I remember right, yeah, I go past everybody here because I had a little bit of extra legs. I had extra legs left, not having gone hard up the climb with everybody else. I got to rest a little bit, fixing that flat and fixing my flat legs. So Bob goes around, and I come around Bob, and we're going to do the classic fade film to black on a beautiful Saturday canyon velo. All right, guys, later.